Mama! Mama! A tiny voice echoed through the big cozy cat nursery. Mama, mama. Sunlight peeked through the windows, filling the room with a warm glow. Soft purring and little kitten snores floated through the air as the nursery drifted into a quiet afternoon. Well, almost quiet. In one of the rooms, 3 kittens were fast asleep. But one tiny black-furred explorer, a mini panther with 2 golden firefly-bright eyes, had other plans. Mama! Mama! His little voice rose and fell like a funny little song. His mother, Mustache, gently rested a paw on him, hoping to settle him down. But the moment she lifted it, he wiggled right back up, blinking his big round eyes like little switches flicking on and off. Mr. Stevie had named the little panther's mom Mustache, and no one ever questioned him about it. Whatever the reason, they all knew nothing could be bigger than his heart. Mr. Stevie, the creator and principal of the nursery, had one mission: to make sure these tiny kittens graduated with flying colors, ready to find warm homes where they could be called family. Today, he stood by the window, watching with a knowing smile. It was the season for the cat nursery to welcome newborn kittens and help them onto their 4 paws, healthy and strong. Having finished the kitten inventory, Mr. Stevie pulled out his notebook to add one last entry to his list and in big bold letters wrote, "The smallest one." He paused, adjusting his reading glasses as he studied the tiny panther. Big ears, bright golden eyes, a body so small it seemed he'd borrowed the wrong-sized suit. As if suddenly inspired, Mr. Stevie tilted his head, pulled off his glasses, and mimicked the little panther's wide-eyed expression. Ears perked, eyes huge, as if every moment in life were a grand discovery. Then, with a deep, fresh sigh, he chuckled to himself, his smile carving 2 deep lines into his cheeks. May was a beautiful month, a time to say goodbye to spring. At just a few weeks old, the little one celebrated May in his own way, by learning how to walk, or rather, tumble. His brothers had already mastered their steps, moving carefully on tiny paws. But he had mastered the joy of movement. Run, trip, roll, pop back up, giggle, and repeat. Even though he fell 4 times out of 5, he proudly stood beside his brothers, puffing out his tiny chest. His brothers shared a look that clearly said, "Really?" But he didn't care, or maybe he just didn't know how to care yet. The cool May ground was perfect for learning new things. While his brothers practiced careful steps, and in the cat world, how to clean up after themselves like grown kittens, he discovered something even better. Tiny Paws worked quickly, shaping a small sandcastle, his first masterpiece. Beaming with pride, he turned to his mother, his little face glowing with excitement. "Ma, ma, ma, ma," he announced proudly. His brothers finished their tasks and simply sighed at their youngest brother and his art. His mother smiled, pressed her nose gently to his head, and gave him a thumbs up. June arrived, wrapping the world in warm breezes. At the cat nursery, the kittens were learning one of their final lessons: how to clean up their paws after meals. Tiny pink tongues flicked out as they practiced grooming, some better than others. And then there was him. The tiniest black panther with 2 glowing golden eyes had his own method. Dunk, splash, splash. His tiny paws went straight into his water bowl. He proudly held them up to his mom. Mama, clean! Technically, he wasn't wrong. His paws were wet. Very clean, in fact, just not in the proper way for the cat world. Before he could celebrate his genius discovery, his mother gave a knowing sigh and scooped him up. My little boy, Mustache murmured softly. It's bath time. Mama, mama, the little panther meowed, a happy grin spreading across his face. He wiggled in his mom's arms, golden eyes flickering with curiosity, 2 tiny fireflies dancing in the air. Everything was an adventure. Days at the nursery passed in a blur of playful pounces, tiny tumbles, and joyful giggles echoing through the halls. Every game, every lesson, and every warm cuddle from their mothers brought the little kittens closer to the big day, the moment they would take their next step toward their forever homes. Tap tap, microphone test. Congratulations, happy graduation day. Mr. Stevie's voice echoed across the room. The kittens sat in neat little rows, wearing their graduation capes and hats. Well, most of them. Our tiny panther's cape barely clung to his little shoulders. His oversized hat slipped right over his eyes. Only his little black nose peeked out. He sniffed, turned toward his mom, and gave her a happy, scrunchy smile. Until he received his diploma and peeked up at the big, shiny letters. Certified to be family in your new home. He blinked, his ears twitched. Family? New home? Wait, had we been studying this whole time just to leave? The quick answer was yes. But why was he so surprised? Oh, right. Because on the first day of lessons, he wasn't there. He was too busy discovering his own reflection, his very first open eyes, staring back at him in the mirror, flickering like 2 tiny fireflies. Blink, blink. The nursery exploded with joyful cheers. Kittens meowed and purred, tiny voices filling the air with happiness. One by one, day by day, the graduates left the nursery for their new homes, where families waited with open arms. Despite the earlier excitement, a new kind of quiet settled in, the silence of happiness. It wasn't empty. It was just different. The playful voices were replaced by a peaceful hush, the kind that comes when every kitten has found a home. Well, almost every kitten. In one quiet corner of the room, Little Panther sat alone on his nursery bed, tiny legs swinging off the edge, golden eyes dimming with quiet thought. Clink, clack! The buckle of a tiny suitcase echoed through the room. Across from him, his last remaining brother tightened the straps on his suitcase, ready to leave. A crisp white application hung neatly from its side. CJ, adopted. The little panther's tail twitched. He had accepted the idea of leaving. After all, his mom had explained that if he wanted to become a strong, mighty panther one day, he needed a home to grow in. That had sounded pretty great, actually. He had even hung a big, dramatic poster of a fierce black panther above his bed. He was ready, confident, brave, strong. Until... Bye, little Daisy, CJ called, dragging his suitcase toward the door. He grinned as he passed the bed where a crisp white application sat beside our little panther. Daisy adopted! Wait, Daisy? Wasn't he supposed to be a panther? After CJ's cheerful goodbye, Mustache, his mom, held back a chuckle. and placed a soft paw on his head. Without a word, she set a small empty suitcase on his bed, then sat beside him. "You know," Mustache mused, "my name doesn't exactly fit the elegant category either." She chuckled, stroking her long whiskers. "But look at me. I raised a fine little man, and his name is Daisy." The little panther sighed dramatically, then suddenly leaped from the bed, grabbing the headboard with his tiny paws. With careful movements, he removed the big panther poster from the wall, rolled it up neatly, and placed it beside his suitcase. This wasn't a goodbye. This was the start of something new, a new adventure, and Mustache would be proud. At the nursery exit, Mr. Stevie stood beside Mustache, while the little panther clutched only one thing in his paws: his rolled-up poster. His golden eyes sparkled with excitement as he gazed at the road, watching the cars pass by. No suitcase, no extra belongings. Because he didn't need anything else. His dream of becoming a big panther was enough. A sleek black car pulled up, its polished surface shimmering under the sunset's golden light. The door swung open smoothly. A man in a black suit and sunglasses stepped out, posture calm and composed. The little panther blinked up at him, golden eyes wide with curiosity. In his mind, the moment felt big, like something straight out of an adventure tale. Was this his security? His driver? His guardian? Without a word, the man held the door open, inviting him to take his seat toward his next great adventure. Mustache kissed the top of her son's head, whispering something meant only for him. His ears barely twitched, but he caught the last part. "And you will become a big panther." Mustache sniffed proudly. A small smile flickered on his face. He climbed into the back seat. The door clicked shut. The engine purred to life. Vroom, vroom. As the car slowly rolled forward, he stared straight ahead. He didn't look back. Mustache, standing beside Mr. Stevie, smiled proudly. She whispered again, this time only to herself, "Never look back, and you will become a big panther." "Thank you, Mom." Mr. Stevie turned to her with a knowing smile. "Good job, Mama Mustache. Good job indeed." Mustache nodded, eyes filled with quiet joy, as a memory from a few days earlier resurfaced when Mr. Stevie had called her into his office, excited. Mr. Stevie slid the paper across his desk toward Mustache. She read the request carefully. "I am a retired professor with a big and wide palace, where I can welcome my new family member to enjoy life like an angel. I shall name my new family member Daisy." The professor had also mentioned that his new family member would have 2 sisters, named Mio and Lucky, to take care of their new little family member from time to time. That seemed reasonable enough. But then something felt off. Mustache blinked. The letter suddenly took a turn. An entire section was dedicated to Mio's qualities: smart, intelligent, clever, multilingual, apparently able to outsmart just about anyone. Mustache's ear twitched. After that long, glowing lecture about Mio, the application reached its grand conclusion. "We would be honored to welcome our new family member into our home. Sincerely, Grand Genius." Mustache and Mr. Stevie exchanged a knowing look. This application wasn't written by the professor at all. But did that really matter? No matter who wrote it, the intention was good. And the little panther was on his way to his new adventure. Family.